Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, interest rates for buying a used Tesla just got worse. We've got a monthly update for the data of interest rates on what the average interest rate is, and it has gotten slightly worse for used Teslas. And so that's why I kind of think like sometimes buying a new one might be the better deal, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But we're going to get into a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested, and definitely check out my Patreon link down below in the description where you can support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. And today's live stream is partnered with Mint Mobile, where you can save money on your mobile phone plan down in the description, but more on that later. So shout out to Car Dealership Guy for posting this. New data from Edmunds shows that the average new car loan rates nationwide rose last month, while used car rates declined slightly. Read more on this impacting car buyers. So we can see what is happening right here. We're taking a look at the Edmunds chart right here. We can see all the different averages between the new car rates and the used car rates. And we actually can see that used went down 0.1% and new car went up 0.3%. So I guess the better title with this is that new car rates just got a little bit worse, but really with Tesla, the Tesla has 6.39% all the way as low as 2.99 to 1.99 if you buy a Model 3. So Tesla's staying pretty competitive. So before you think like 6.39% is bad, relatively it's actually okay when you compare it to the rest of the market and what other people are paying out there. But still, at the end of the day, paying any sort of interest is going to be bad. But you can kind of see here, it's not almost double the rate for buying a used versus a new, but 7.3 versus 11.5% for an average used car rate is pretty high. And so, yes, of course, a used car is going to have a lot of depreciation, especially a used Tesla, if you can get it like as cheap as $20,000 to $25,000, especially because there's like a used EV tax credit for a Tesla vehicle as well. So if you can buy it from a dealer under $25,000, then you could potentially get a $4,000 or up to a $4,000 used EV tax credit if you fall within these parameters of income levels. So $75,000 as a single earner, you have to make less than that. Head of household $112,000, and married, filing jointly, or filing as a widower is $150,000. So that might make sense, but really, if you're going to be financing like a $15,000 to $20,000 vehicle at interest rates at like 11.5%, it might not make some sense. It might kill actually a lot of your deal because that's a hefty amount of interest that you're going to be paying on a Tesla vehicle, whether it's used. So I would certainly explore maybe taking a look at a new one, because if you can time it right with some newer discounted vehicles and things like that, you might be paying way less overall interest over the time of the loan. And it's shaping up to look like that this 0.99 or this 1.99 or even 2.99 is going to be your best deal. But it seems like Tesla is going through a lot of the backlog with this. So here's a post from Pacify. Thanks for posting this, Davey. The 1.99 offer is no longer available on the Model 3 long range. I luckily got to place my order on the 6 and got approved. To be determined if they let me put zero down. The finance team prioritizes cases based on the expected delivery date. That makes a lot of sense, because they're not going to look at your finance app if your vehicle is a month out or even 2 weeks out, because they've got deliveries to work with on like Model Ys and Model 3s before that. Quote, I hope my approval doesn't expire before then. And so this is a big thing, and this is a lot of advice I like to give with this. Like once you place a deposit, once you place an order for whatever vehicle, do not not do your application at the time of the order. The app's going to make you or want you to do your application, but approvals only last 30 days. So that's why I say wait until you get a VIN, because a VIN kind of shows whether you're 2 weeks out or maybe even a week out. So wait until you get an actual VIN within the app and then go ahead and start the process of an application and loans and things like that. So really big tip here for that one. Of course, Tesla's working through a lot of different inventory right now, trying to sell down all their Model Ys. And so there's a lot of vehicles that they're probably piping through and working through because of that 0.99, that fantastic 0.99% APR rate. Here's another post from Dwayne. I thought this was interesting. I put my Model Y order on the last day of May 31st and was approved at 1.99 for 72 months. The Tesla app said been saying my delivery was in June, but today it got updated to July 12th or August 16th. I'm in Washington, D.C. and Maryland area. And so this is more proof to go to what we talk about is that when there's the end of the quarter push, which is June right now, Tesla might push your order out if you are very far away from the factory because they want deliveries by the end of that month, which is the end of the quarter. So that's where they're going to push your order out, whether you're in states like DC, Maryland, Florida, basically very far away from the factory, because they're going to try and switch that vehicle that was supposed to go to you to someone that's closer to the factory like California, Nevada, so that they can get a delivery ASAP that can count for the end of the sales quarter. It's unfortunately how it works, but that's kind of how it works with all the logistics and everything like that. And so if you are in the California area, Texas, all these different states that are near California or near the factories, I would still keep your fingers crossed, because you might get a message, double check the app, because they might want you to take delivery ASAP by the end of this month, which is the end of the quarter. And last thing with Tesla, there was another thing last night with Elon. He said on a gaming live stream that they're going to bring this feature to Tesla vehicles, which is avoid highways within the navigation. I thought this was subtly interesting. So certainly if it's a feature that you've been wanting to put on your Tesla vehicle to not go on the highways because maybe there's too much traffic, they are going to do that and bring it to your Tesla in the near future. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic. Before we get into our next topic, I've been trying to save money lately, and that's why we talk about this channel, trying to get the best deal on a Tesla. And I've been looking at our subscriptions like YouTube Premium, Netflix, trying to figure out how I could save some money every single month. And cutting expenses, it's kind of hard. We've been trying to rack our brain together and figure out how. That's why I'm so intrigued with our channel partner, Mint Mobile. They offer premium wireless starting at $15 a month. And I can get high-speed data and unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network, and I can even bring my own phone along with my current number and existing contracts. I'm sacrificing nothing. I've used Mint Mobile a ton, and I switched my second line to Mint Mobile, and I've been using it to watch YouTube and play podcasts on our daily commute and haven't noticed any drop in speed. And I can't tell the difference. So how hard is it to switch service? Big Wireless wants you to think it's actually hard, but it's not at all. Switching to Mint is super easy thanks to digital eSIM cards, which most of you now have. You can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your home. If your phone doesn't have an eSIM, Mint will ship you a new SIM card for free. So if you want to save little money without the sacrifice, go to trymintmobile.com/DennisCW, also linked down below in the description, to get premium wireless for just $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. Thank you to Mint for partnering, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, everyone. Tapia, thanks for coming in. Terry, thanks for coming in. Thank you all for dropping by, hitting the like button. It goes a long way to support the live stream and the videos. Hope you're doing well, Dennis. I just came in to see how you're doing. Thank you. Congratulations on 30K. Keep grinding and you'll get to 50K. Thank you for that. Thank you for the kind words. Terry, what's your views on the landscape on the used Tesla market in Los Angeles? Ooh, that's an interesting one for sure. I would say I haven't looked at the used market for Los Angeles. That's kind of hyper focused. What I do is I take a look at the current market trends within car gurus. So you can take a look at and see what are the average prices for Tesla vehicles. You can actually hyper focus down to like model and then brand, of course, and then also down to like what type of year it is as well, like how old it is and the drops year over year and price drops. But certainly there's a lot of interesting demand right now for used Teslas because of that $25,000, $4,000 used EV tax credit. And so I think it's going to stay all the way until all the way till the end of the year. I don't don't think there's going to be any sort of crashes unless Tesla starts to do some major discounts and incentives on the new Model 3. They've already done a lot on the Model Y. I don't think they're going to drop it anymore. They might do another promotional rate for the Model Y, maybe end of September or like December for sure. But I would say if you can wait it out, because there's going to be more vehicles, more release returns, more vehicles coming back, more people taking the advantage of a Model 3 performance and trading in their old Model 3 or selling their old Model 3 or old Model Y. And so certainly the used market is going to have a lot of inventory. And so there's going to be more opportunities for you to get into a used vehicle under $25,000. In this next topic, Tesla is offering 15,000 miles of free supercharging if you buy a Tesla. But for a big caveat though, you have to buy it in this market. But this is an interesting post because maybe Tesla has done this in the past with our market, which is the US. So let's talk about it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla deal hacking. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Shout out to Sorry for posting this. Tesla is offering 15,000 free supercharger miles to anyone in the UK who buys and takes delivery of a new Tesla by June 30th. And so certainly I could easily see this incentive coming to the US because this is not that much of value. I mean, 10,000 miles of free supercharging is worth maybe about $1,000. So maybe 15,000 is $1,500. And so certainly it's already happening with people taking delivery. And what's really cool is this is happening with people taking delivery of a brand new re-engineered Highland Model 3 as well. So it looks like across the board, Tesla is offering this incentive, which is good news to us because the Model 3 came out pretty recently. And so maybe we'll start to see this incentive coming to the US as well, because this is relatively low cost compared to like doing an incentivized interest rate or even just doing massive discounts as well. They seem to be flipping through a lot of different certain strategies. Giving free supercharging is one of their strategies to pull that demand lever to try and get people to buy a Tesla. But taking a look at inventory, Model Y is still staying relatively low because of that 0.99% financing. So I don't necessarily see anything happening in the near future. I think Tesla's at a good spot right now with deliveries queued up and people take delivery and taking advantage of that 0.99. Model 3 is staying relatively flat as well. Of course, they just released an incentive on the standard range, and so maybe that is doing something to try and keep inventory down as well. The only thing that I could see is Model S and Model X. It's kind of getting to a higher pace, so maybe we see something like a 3.99 or 2.99 for Model S and Model X, but I don't know if I see that in the near future. Or maybe we see free supercharging for Model S and Model X only in the near future. But let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link. We support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. And as an added benefit, I do respond to all DMs in the Patreon app. And you can schedule a phone call with me where we can go over your exact buying situation on how to get the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. But if you're just joining in, welcome. Interest rates for new car and used cars have stayed relatively flat, but used has stayed as at 11.5%. And so that's one thing to think about if you're looking to buy a used Tesla, unless you're paying cash, which of course is recommended. Buying a used Tesla and not financing is going to get you the better rate. Whereas unless you can get a new Tesla at the 2.99 or 1.9 or even 0.99 if you locked in, then that is probably going to be your best deal at the end of the day. And on top of that, if you just bought a Tesla or you're about to buy a Tesla, definitely check out our Tesla accessory discount codes down below in the description. We got Jawa for everything and anything you need for your Tesla, including floor mats, which they have really good floor mats. Promo code down below. We got Tesbros, Vion, and MAGBAK all down below in the description. What else we got? In this next topic, there's actually an incentive where you can receive up to $4,200 to upgrade your home's electric panel in the Southern California area. I don't think anybody is talking about this. This is a pretty big incentive. And the key thing here is you got to find an electrician that is part of the program. So we've got details on the program and we've got details on an electrician if you need one. So shout out to Southern California Edison if you're a Southern California California Edison customer, then you can receive up to $4,200 to upgrade your electric panel. This is pretty big because that's kind of one drawback with installing an EV charger. If your panel is like 100 amps or even less than that, I'm not really too technical on this, but then you might not have space to install a 50 amp electric charger. And so upgrading your panel is one step to do this, but of course costs of it can add up. And so it's really cool to see that Southern California Edison is adding or giving $4,200 if you qualify under certain conditions. So the first one is if you live in low income households by a certain area, then you can get $4,200. Or if you just live in a geographically based area in a disadvantaged community, you can get up to $2,100. So this is a pretty big, nice program. Of course, you have to find a contractor that's within the program that can submit the rebate for you. But what's really cool is that one of our channel partners, SmartPlug EV, and I really like SmartPlug EV because they are a Tesla authorized installer in the Southern California area. So if you're interested in getting an installation quote or even a quote for doing the panel upgrade, definitely hit up Mario, the owner, and ask for the Dennis deal so he knows where you're coming from and so that he can hook you up. But still, really cool to see he's actually the one that sent us this details because you know us, we like highlighting deals, incentives, especially state incentives where we can put money back into your pocket. So definitely check it out down below, or it's actually not, oh yeah, SmartPlug is down below in the description. And thank you to SmartPlug for sending us these details on this $4,200 incentive. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button, the comments, and everything. And I'll see you guys. Oh, we actually got a giveaway on the channel. So if you're interested in winning this portable car refrigerator for your Tesla Model Y, hit the pinned live stream comments on the right side so you can enter in. We've got 6 days left on this. It actually ends this coming Sunday, where we will pick a random winner from the comments of the pinned video so you can jump into it. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button, the comments, and everything. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.